Have you ever felt like you're constantly being watched? Not in a scary way, but like people are always trying to figure you out. They're looking for small clues. How you act, how you speak, how you react. Because once they understand you, they can start to steer you. Power isn't always taken with force. Sometimes, it's quietly claimed when you give away too many secrets. Machiavelli, a master of understanding people, knew this deeply. He taught us that most people show their true hand, not through big actions, but through tiny signals they don't even realize they're sending. And once you send these signals, you lose control. The real danger is, you often don't know you're leaking this information. And these hidden signals aren't always big feelings like happiness or anger. They are small, quiet signs that slip out in your everyday words, a quick look on your face, or a pause that lasts a bit too long. These small things make you easy to guess, easy to read, and easy for others to use against you. Machiavelli didn't just hide his plans. He wove a protective shadow around his entire being. Because once someone truly knows what makes you strong, what makes you nervous, or what you truly want, they have power over you. Not by force, but by understanding your secret patterns. If you want a mind that no one can trick, bend, or break, you must learn to become a shadow weaver. You must learn the art of being there, but not fully understood. Chapter 1. Weaving your outer shadow unpredictable presence. The first part of being a shadow weaver is to control what others see, making your presence both visible and mysterious. You're like a figure moving calmly in the dim light. Others can see you, but they can't quite make out your details. Principle 1. Stop giving away your secrets through quick reactions. People often show all their feelings, thinking it's honest, but Machiavelli would say every feeling you show, every sigh, every small movement, every smile, gives away a piece of your code. Are you easily flattered? Easily upset? Do you try too hard to get approval? Do you get nervous under pressure? People are reading these signals, and they will use them against you later. To weave this shadow, learn to stay calm emotionally. This doesn't mean becoming a robot, but becoming unreadable. You can laugh, but only when you choose to. You can look serious, but only when you want to send a clear message. You become the kind of person whose quietness speaks volumes, but also says nothing specific. This frustrates people who try to attack you because there's nothing clear for them to grab onto. You're like water. You slip through every grip. Principle 2. Break their guesses by being unpredictable. Most people are like open books. If you try to upset them, they get mad. If you praise them, they soften. If you ignore them, they chase. This makes them easy to guess, and being easy to guess is a weakness. Machiavelli knew that power lasts through being unpredictable. When no one can tell what you'll do next, they become unsure. They hesitate, and in that hesitation, you gain an advantage. To weave this shadow, if someone expects you to argue, sometimes agree. If they expect you to panic, give a calm smile. If they expect you to step back, move forward, slowly. You don't need to be extreme. You just need to be different from what they expect. Our brains look for patterns. When someone can't predict your pattern, they stop trying. And when they stop trying, you become impossible to control. Chapter 2. Building the inner sanctum. Controlling your story. The next part of being a shadow weaver is to control the story people tell about you, making sure it serves your purpose, not theirs. Principle 3. Control your own story, or others will invent one for you. When people don't fully understand you, they'll create their own ideas, rumors, or labels for you. This is human nature. We worry about what we can't define. Machiavelli never let others define him. You don't need to tell people your whole life story. You just need to give them a version that they can't twist or use against you. To weave this shadow, carefully craft how you present yourself. Speak less, but with purpose. Stay calm in difficult situations. Be polite, but keep a bit of distance. Be present, but never overly available. Let them wonder what you're truly thinking. Let them create their own ideas. Because when someone is guessing about you, they're already off balance, and that's exactly where you want them. Principle 4. Be strategic, not just nice. Being too nice is easy to predict. It often comes from a need to be liked, and people who want to control others can smell that need instantly. But being strategic? That's hidden. Be kind if it helps you move forward. Be quiet if it shows how noisy they are. Help them if it gives you an advantage, but never let being nice be your only way of acting. Machiavelli knew the danger of being seen as too good. People will push your limits, take your energy, and then throw you aside once they've figured you out. Your power isn't in being liked, it's in being respected. And people respect what they can't predict, what they don't fully understand. Be a mystery with a sharp mind, like a quiet storm behind a calm face. When you reveal nothing, you own everything. Machiavelli didn't just keep secrets, he was a secret. His opponents feared him not because they knew his plans, but because they didn't. That's how you must act. Don't explain too much. Don't try to make others understand you. Every time you show something about yourself to the wrong person, you hand them a tool to use against you. Even your strengths can be turned against you if they know them. Let people guess wrong about you. Let them think less of you. Let them gossip and wonder. Because while they're trying to figure you out, you're figuring them out. You know their fears, their weaknesses, their triggers. You study them while remaining unseen. And when the right moment comes, you act. Not with noise, not with drama, but with sharp precision. Because you were never here to just be seen. You were here to win. Let them look at you and see an empty page. Let them ask questions and receive only silence, or answers so smooth they can't grab onto them. This is how you stay in power, not by showing your cards, but by being the kind of player who makes people forget there's even a game being played. If you're finding these strategies for weaving your own protective shadow truly powerful, hit that like button now. Your support helps us share these crucial insights. And if you want to keep building your strength, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell for our next essential insights. Thank you for being here. Chapter 3. Blending with the shadows, invisible influence in action. Machiavelli's power perseverance law needs this kind of subtle skill. Your strength must not just be unbreakable, it must be unreadable. The world will push you to open up, to be real, to be vulnerable. But what they really want is information, details, things they can use against you. Once they know what makes you nervous, they know how to push. Once they know what you deeply want, they know how to trick you. You're not denying true connection, you're just denying easy access. Because real connection doesn't need you to show all your deepest feelings. And true power never says sorry for being hard to read. Principle 5. Blend in, but don't truly belong. Machiavelli often advised leaders not to stand too far above people, but also not to get too mixed up with them. The same is true for how you present yourself. You blend in. You might dress like others, talk like them, join in a little bit, but you don't give away your true self. You don't share too much. You don't gossip. You don't show your strong opinions unless it's planned. You're not cold like ice. You're like fog. They see you, but they can't quite grasp you. And when people can't quite grasp you, they stop trying to trap you. You're not important enough to be a target, but you're too interesting to ignore. Principle 6. Use uncertainty as a tool. People who try to control others, and those who are unsure themselves, want clear answers. They want you to say yes or no, agree or disagree, friend or enemy. But uncertainty makes them uncomfortable, and that discomfort is where you gain power. Machiavelli knew that the person who keeps others guessing holds all the advantage. To weave this shadow, if someone asks a question designed to trap you, don't answer directly. Change the subject, or answer with another question. If they demand your opinion on a fight, give a general truth. If they want a decision right now, delay it. Create space. Make them fill in the blanks with their own worries. And while they're stuck trying to figure things out, you're free. You're moving. You're not tied down by promises or labels. You become the unknown person, the one who can't be outsmarted because you never even showed your game board. Principle 7. Don't overreact after you've shown a weakness. Let's say someone sees a small crack in your armor once. Maybe you flinched. Maybe you reacted too much in a moment of stress. Your natural instinct will be to explain yourself, to fix your image, to prove you're still in control. But Machiavelli would say, don't fix it, change how they see it. If someone thinks they saw through you once, don't apologize. Lean into it in a way that makes them doubt what they saw. Say something unclear. Sometimes even a strong building needs air, or maybe that's what I wanted you to see. Then say no more. You're not denying what they thought they discovered. You're making them unsure about it. You're turning their confidence into doubt. That one crack they thought they saw, now it looks like a mirror, reflecting their own confusion. And suddenly, they don't know what they know anymore. This is key to long-lasting power. You don't repair how others see you, you subtly change their whole view. Principle 8. Study others, but keep them from studying you. Become obsessed with watching people. See how they react when praised, when ignored, when challenged. Learn how they handle quiet moments. Read what their words don't say. Become a deep observer of human nature. But never let that same level of observation go back to you. Don't explain your beliefs. Don't show your goals. Don't share your next moves. To weave this shadow, you ask questions, you watch, you listen, but when the attention turns to you, you give a calm smile and gently change the topic. If they push for answers, you laugh it off. If they dig deeper, you praise them instead. You stay a mystery wrapped in politeness. And while they're left guessing about your inner world, you're quietly mapping every part of theirs. This is the art of one-way openness, Machiavelli's preferred battleground. Principle 9. Sometimes, deliberately break your own pattern. If you've built a calm, planned, unreadable image, occasionally do something unexpected, not wildly, just enough. Suddenly act very lively when you're usually quiet. Suddenly disappear for a few days. Suddenly show warmth, then step back again. Why? Because patterns make people comfortable, even if they're patterns of mystery. If people get too used to your mystery, they stop being wary of it. But when you add a planned, unexpected move into how you act, you force them to rethink everything they thought they knew about you. You make them question if they ever truly understood you. And in that mental restart, you get back all your advantage. Machiavelli didn't want to be seen as chaotic all the time. He wanted to be unreadable, until it served his purpose to be unsettling. And when he made his move, it always hit harder because it wasn't expected. The goal isn't just to stay unreadable, it's to remind them you could be anything. And that's when you become truly powerful. When you master this, when you learn how to keep your power by keeping your mystery, you stop being on the defensive. You stop explaining, you stop performing. You become the quiet storm no one can predict, the silence that controls their plans. They will try to upset you, not with force, but with questions that sound curious, with jokes that hide probing questions, with praise that feels a little too sharp. The world isn't asking you to open up because it cares. It's asking because it wants access. And access is the beginning of control. Machiavelli's rule wasn't about completely hiding. It was about choosing what to reveal. He knew that to truly keep power, you must give people just enough to feel they know you, without ever allowing them to truly know your core. So here's the next principle. Be familiar on the outside, but never truly open. People should feel like they understand your surface. They should recognize your style, your humor, your routines, but never your inner feelings or your true plans. That's where most people fail. They confuse being liked with being truly known. And the moment someone truly knows you, they can guess your next move. And the moment they can guess your next move, your advantage is gone. So talk casually, joke if appropriate, show friendliness, but never show need. Never show desires you haven't already mastered. Never let them think they can touch your deepest self. You can be warm, you can be human, but your inner workings, they stay hidden. They can see the outer display, but not the secret blueprint. Another tactic Machiavelli used carefully is to let them talk first. People will reveal themselves. You don't need to speak to control a conversation. You just need to listen long enough. Let people fill the silence. Let them talk circles around themselves. Most people who try to control others can't help but show their own plans because they believe they're smarter than you. And if you stay quiet, nod, and remain unreadable, they'll think you're simple. That's their first mistake. The less you say, the more they guess. And the more they guess, the more they show their own hand. Eventually, they start contradicting themselves, showing their unsureness, revealing their strong need to be seen, to be right, to be powerful. You didn't outtalk them, you outweighted them. And when the right moment arrives, you speak one clear sentence and completely change the situation. This is what Machiavelli did better than anyone. He let others build the fire, then walked in holding the match. Now let's talk about inner protection, the most important form of self-defense. People think self-control means don't get angry. But Machiavelli's view goes deeper. It's not just about stopping outward reactions. It's about holding back your inner truths. Your plans, your doubts, your unsureness, even your excitement must be kept inside. The more you show your feelings, the more you show your weak spots. So when you're insulted, you give a slight smile. When you're challenged, you just watch. When you're praised, you play it down. When you're doubted, you calmly nod. You don't need to defend what's true. Let them doubt you. Let them think less of you. Because silence is a stronger shield than any argument. The less they know about what makes you react emotionally, the more protected you are. They'll start trying to find your weak spots in the dark, wasting their energy, getting frustrated, and eventually giving up. Calm mystery becomes your armor. You don't react. You simply note what happened. You don't block. You subtly change direction. And when needed, you act. Not to prove a point, but to end the game entirely. Let's make this even sharper with a powerful truth. Sometimes, give them the wrong idea on purpose. This is where you become not just unreadable, but dangerous. Let certain people think you're weak, or too soft, or foolish. Don't correct them, don't defend yourself. Let them think you don't understand, that you're too slow, too sensitive, too naive. Then act exactly as they expect, until the perfect moment. And in that moment, you completely reverse everything. You move faster, you speak more firmly, you make the decision they never saw coming. Machiavelli used this often. He let opponents believe he was just watching, just thinking. Then, when they pushed too far, he crushed them. When you give someone the wrong idea about you and let them build a false picture, you control where they walk and where they fall. But to do this, you need strong self-control. This brings us to the discipline of emotional control. Every smile, every look, every nod should be carefully chosen. Not fake, just planned. The world wastes huge amounts of energy trying to get attention. People post every thought, speak every feeling. And in that rush to express, they lose their power. You keep your inner world tight. You don't react to every opinion. You don't share your schedule. You don't hint at your dreams. And if someone asks, "What's wrong?" you look at them, gently smile, and say, "Nothing important." You are not a puzzle to be solved. You are a strong presence to be respected. And the less you give away, the more they want. But they never get close, because you're not here to be understood. You're here to last. That is the core of Machiavelli's law of endurance. You don't shine brightly to be admired. You shine slowly, quietly, with control, so no challenge can put your light out. You don't show your power, you imply it. And implication is more powerful than a clear truth, because truth has limits, but mystery? Mystery has no limits. You want to become unforgettable? Then learn this. The most powerful presence in any room is the one no one can fully read, not because they're hiding, but because they don't need to be understood. In a world obsessed with sharing everything, you become powerful by choosing to be mysterious. Machiavelli knew this long before social media or modern obsessions. He knew that true, lasting power doesn't shout. It whispers. It makes people unsure. It makes others lean in, try to guess, try to figure you out, and fail. This final part of the power perseverance law starts with the sharpest tool in your kit. Master the art of unfinished sentences. When you speak, don't always finish your thought. Say, well, some people don't truly understand what's really happening. Then just stop. Or, if I told you what I was working on, it might, and then pause. You're not just holding back, you're creating uncertainty on purpose. Because an unfinished thought makes the listener finish it themselves, and their own mind becomes like your puppet. Machiavelli used this to control conversations not by talking a lot, but by planting tension. Your quietness creates curiosity. Your calm pauses create power. And suddenly they're trying to get information from you, while you've already learned everything from them. You completely change the situation without saying a word. Next comes using calm as a strength. Calmness isn't just about controlling your feelings, it's a powerful message. In a disagreement, when everyone's emotions are high, you stay still. When someone attacks you publicly, you blink once and say nothing. When you're challenged, you answer slowly, maybe with a small, knowing smile, or even better, with a question. Calmness makes people doubt their own anger. It makes others wonder who really has the power in the room. Because deep calm says, I'm not reacting because I already know how this ends. Machiavelli would rather be respected for his quiet strength than loved for his performance. If you're always calm, always collected, always a little unpredictable, you don't just survive chaos, you command it. Then we come to the illusion of being close. Let people feel like they're close to you, while never truly getting there. Give them access to your outer self, your stories, your humor, your routines, but never your inner core. They might know your favorite movie, your opinions on small things, even your daily habits, but they never know your fears, your next big move, your true feelings. You give them the outer shell, not the inner engine. This is how you build influence without showing too much. People feel like they know you, trust you, even admire you, but they're dealing with a simple surface. And when they try to use that familiarity to gain control, they discover there's nothing deep behind the appearance, no weaknesses to pull at. You are present but impossible to penetrate. Let's go further. Never show your timeline. Your big plans are only dangerous when they're invisible, when people don't know what you're working on, how close you are to your next win, or what you're building in the background. They underestimate you. They think you're not doing much. And that assumption is your perfect camouflage. Machiavelli never moved in a straight, obvious line. He moved in layers. While everyone was watching his public actions, he was secretly building alliances. While they thought he was waiting, he was already in position. And when he finally acted, they called it luck, because they never saw it coming. Never tell people your goals. Don't announce your next move. Don't post about progress. Let them believe you're not doing much while you're quietly becoming unstoppable. When the big result arrives, it looks easy. That's not just mystery. That's total control shown in silence. Here's another rule that will make your opponents worry. Never let anyone feel they've completely figured you out. If someone thinks they've cracked your code, quickly change your pattern. Say something you've never said. Change a routine. Praise someone you usually ignore. Take a path you normally avoid. This isn't chaos. It's a planned change. You're not just acting out. You're reshaping the story about you. The moment someone thinks they can predict you, they start to relax. And that relaxation becomes their weakness. Machiavelli knew that being easy to predict invites attacks, but being fluid and unpredictable creates respect, even a little fear. When you keep them guessing, you keep them cautious. And people don't betray what they don't understand. They fear it. Lastly, Machiavelli's toughest truth: power that's invisible is impossible to kill. If they don't know how you think, what you want, or where your limits are, how can they destroy you? They can't ruin what's undefined. They can't blame what's silent. They can't stop what never asked for their approval. You become like smoke in a locked room. They try to trap you, but you slip through every crack. You're not above them. You're all around them, always there, always unreadable. And when the right moment comes, when they're sure you're not a threat, you act. Not emotionally, not dramatically. Just clean, quiet, final. Because you didn't just survive by being unreadable, you succeeded by being unknowable. And that is the most powerful kind of strength. The journey to an unreadable mind, where your inner compass guides you with hidden signals, is a profound path to self-mastery. If today's insights have resonated with your desire for true control, you're ready to cultivate this impenetrable presence. Here's how to ensure your transformation continues. Hit the like button if this deep dive into Machiavellian wisdom has helped you understand the power of being unreadable. Your support helps share these vital lessons. Subscribe to the channel and activate notifications. Your journey to mastering unseen influence and protecting your true self begins now. I'll see you in the next build.